All right, fifth graders, today is our final part of fraction review. So we have done adding and subtracting, we have done multiplying, and now we are moving to some dividing. So dividing has a few more steps in it, but you're going to change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. And we're going to use the saying, keep, change, flip. And I know we've talked about this a few times. So keep means you leave that first number in your equation. Leave it alone, don't touch it. Change means you're going to change division to multiplication. And flip means you're going to flip the number, the numerator and denominator in your second number. So for example, here we have 2/3, and if we flip it, it changes into 3/2. And then you're going to solve multiplying across and then change it back to a mixed number. So let's look here at our first one that we got. It says 4/5 divided by 1/3. We change that to, we keep our first number, so 4/5 stays the same. We change our division to multiplication, and we flip our second number. So 1/3 turns into 3/1. Then you multiply across to get 12/5, and we know that is an improper fraction. So either we can keep 12/5 or we can change it to 2 2/5. Either way is correct. Okay, here's our next one. Same thing. We got 7/9 divided by 4/6. We don't have to do anything with mixed numbers. So we keep our first number, we change to multiplication, and we flip. 4/6 flips into 6/4. Once we get these numbers, we multiply across with it. We get 6 times 7, which is 42, and 9 times 4, which is 36. We can leave it, or we can change it into our mixed number that goes 1 and 8, 36. Either way is correct. All right, moving on. We got a little more of a problem here. We got mixed numbers. So if you remember, mixed numbers, you have to change into improper. So we talked about it. We multiply the denominator and the whole number, which here we have 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 2, which is 8/3. That is our new number. Same thing with 1 and 3, 6. 1 times 6 is 1, or 1 times 6 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So our new fractions that we have to multiply are 8/3 is 8/3 divided by 9/6. When we look at that and we use our saying, keep, change, flip, we keep our first number, we change to multiplication, and we flipped our second number. It went from 9/6 to 6/9. When we multiply that, we get 48/27, or 1 and 21/27. Either way is correct. All right, when we look at this last way, the mixed numbers, and we're breaking it down just like we did when we were doing our other part. So when we look at this, we have to change our mixed numbers to improper fractions. We did here. We got 44/7 and 10/4. Again, we can look at that smaller number and say, all right, let's break it down. I know some of you can do 44 times 10. If you can do that, all the power to you, go for it. If you want to break it down, break it down. We divided both of these by 4. When we divided both of those by 4, this turned into 4 turned into a 1, and the 44 turned into an 11. Now we multiply, and we do our keep, change, flip to get 11/7 times 1/10. Or we get as an answer 11/70. Either way, that is correct. So same thing we've been doing all week. Here are your practice problems. They will be attached to your Google Classroom for you to solve. Make sure you are showing your work. When we meet with our one-on-one or two-on-one or whatever it is, we are going to have and talk about the work that you are doing. So you have to make sure you are showing your work or able to answer your questions when I give them to you. Okay, fifth graders, last part of fractions, go rock it.